Hey, welcome and good morning. My name is Ace. I like to draw. I'm working on 3D meshes to use as reference for a webcomic that I've written. This is our very first mesh. We've been working on this for a while as we are moving our entire workflow into completely into Blender, and some things I had to relearn. Some things I've done for the first time doing this project, but we're getting there. I am, given the circumstances, pretty satisfied with the progress so far. We're working on a low poly mesh of the boots, and we're almost done with them. So we're going to just go on ahead and continue doing that. All right. Those of you who are watching live and or on the VOD or on YouTube, appreciate you watching on this. Basically, I guess it'd be like a video, like a video progression journal of sorts for the creation of my webcomic. I guess it would be nice one day going back and seeing how it all started. I have an entire volume written. I edit it regularly. So we're just basically just focusing on making the reference so we can do character turnarounds and scenes and whatnot, panels with great consistency. That's the goal. And as soon as I complete this, I'm going to straighten out the topography a little bit. Probably might be able to get to that today. We just have to do the shoestrings. Where are we? What is this? I need to be on the right thing here. There we go. In front. That's what we want. I want to be able to see. Yeah, we're gonna probably gonna be able to get to the shoestrings today. We'll see. I think we can manage that. Hopefully. I'm working a little bit slow because we're still discovering our process here on Blender. I learned how to do this on ZBrush. Using Z Remesher pretty much negates the need to do all this. I did find an add-on, Quad Remesh here, that it's made by the same people, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't work exactly the same way. I'd have to use way more polygons than Z Remesher would need to use. So we're doing it manually. This is like our counting this in the body as our first attempt at doing this manually. So we're going to be learning what to do and what not to do on this mesh. We have other meshes ready to go. Not ready to go, but being worked on. I need 7 of these in order to start doing the first scenes, and I think I might work on the character turnarounds once I get that amount of meshes ready to go. That's pretty much my short-term goal. Hopefully, we can start doing that this summer. I don't know. Normally, just straight drawing, and if I focus down, I can probably get a mesh done like in a week. Not counting the UVs and unwrapping and baking, because those are things that I haven't really done yet on Blender. I know how to do them on ZBrush, but it seems to be a bit different process on Blender. And I was texturing with Substance Painter. The reason why I'm not using any of these anymore is because I don't have a license for them. So we're going to go ahead and just use something that's free. I don't really want to pay an arm and a leg for through a third party seller for ZBrush. Although I would do it, but then I would need. Well, actually no, I could probably do a mesh and then go straight to Blender, but we'd still have to learn how to do the latter half of all the stuff in Blender. I think I know how to do. I've done hair in Blender, but textures not so much. I did that in Substance Painter. It's really easy, and I got really used to it. But then I thought, yeah, I'm gonna need a license. So here we are. I want to, be able to keep any window of opportunity open. So I'm gonna make sure that we're doing things and our butt is legally covered. When doing whatever it is we might end up doing in the future with this newly acquired skill. I've only been doing it for about a year or a year and a half or so. So that's where I'm at with this. So far, we've been making pretty decent progress. It was pretty much. It really didn't take much to do sculpting. That was the thing I practiced the most. Everything that comes after, that's what we're working on refining. And my basic guidance that I could find here was just basically just keep these as even, as straight as possible. We can do that after everything is done. We'll go back and fix everything that needs to be fixed. We'll adjust this so it's all the same length, and weird these weird irregularities here. We'll fix them somehow. We'll fix them. We'll get them somehow. Now let's see. We got to speak here. We're coming up on the shoestring. I think maybe we can probably just forego that. Foregone. So we can probably do one more row and then come in between the shoelace holes and the loop. Go around the loop a little bit. Make sure I got the right position here. All right, here we go. And we're just gonna go up. We're just gonna copy and paste all of this all the way up. It's very tedious, time consuming. I wanted to do this well, did it on the hey, what's up, 99? Good morning and welcome to the stream. I initially wanted to do this stuff off stream, but we don't have to worry about. The only reason was because when I did the body, all these little naughty bits which would be on display when I did the topology. So I don't want to anger Twitch. I don't think it'd be a problem on YouTube because I've seen a lot of things with regarding 3D that is on YouTube but would not be allowed on Twitch. So we're just gonna follow Twitch rules for across all platforms just to be on the safe side. I think that's a good idea anyway. Just if you're doing if you're planning on working on multiple platforms like I am, then you just follow the strictest one across all of them. Plain and simple. You ain't have to put any thought into it. Just do that. Do it that way. You won't have any problems. Since Twitch is the most strict of all the platforms, as far as art is concerned. I mean, like I said, I don't think there's anything super racy in this story, but uh, if there is, we just won't. We just will have to work on that off stream. Oh wait. Okay, so here we go. We got to go back a little bit. I think we went a little too far. Let's go delete face. See where we're at. I gotta uncover this part. We went a little too ham right there. So we just gotta take these two squares out. And we'll be okay. Wait, let me make sure I got the right squares. All right, delete. We got to play a little memory game here with this. I learned that lesson the hard way. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but at least you know what to do now. And we got to take that one out and this one. We got a little carried away with the copy and pasting. It's a little mind numbing. Okay, it's easy to just get it a little runaway, let things run away from you a little bit. It's okay. We can fix it. We can and we will fix it. And we want to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got a little Tetris piece there. Oh wait, let's see if we can play the correct memory game here. We have to select the face first before we can. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. And we can just move this corner when the time comes. We want to do specialized. Well, I don't know. It's a little deformed. Like I didn't define it well enough from remeshing, and I did not know at the time how in depth I would get with the details here. But we do know. Now we know that when we do things like this, that we need to make sure that all the surfaces, edges, corners, whatever, are well defined so we can put planes there. And it won't really affect my drawing, to be honest. If I can just pose the guy as is right now, I think that would be fine with me. I have enough skill to extrapolate what I'm trying to do from there. I can just really all we really need is hair and a light source at this point. I can make the whatever color. Well, actually, no, I would rather have the color there so that way I can use the right shading, the right color values. But other than that, I think would probably be enough. At this point, we're just honing our skill in 3D meshing, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, it's a newly acquired skill, so I don't mind going a little further than I need to. If there is some interest in people wanting to see something a little further in this direction, that's completely fine with me. We're gonna delete this face too, and we're gonna delete this face as well. I want to make sure this is all nice and clear. I'll leave that there. We can define if we do like a circular pattern here and then have it attached to the bigger squares, we'll at least know where the loops are. And maybe we can somehow raise them when we can probably add a little bit more detail after we're done with the high poly. We can probably like define better some of the wrinkles in the back here. I think I have a reference for this, so I can't remesh this without messing it up, basically. So we're just gonna leave that like that. And you know what I have to do when we go is we're gonna check for flipped normals. I do know how to do that, but I might have to do that off stream because I can't remember off the top of my head. I just have to go and look. But we should be all right. Hey, Grandma Hoodie. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know it's pretty early for you, right? I'm sorry about that. I like this. I normally draw in the morning, so that is like the best time for me to stream right now. And well, maybe one day we'll do some evening streams, and there'll probably be some gaming things. I think we'll probably keep art in the morning for now, but I do want to do some gaming sometime. Hopefully next week or the week after, we'll probably do some playthroughs in the evening. Uh, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is what we're working on. Working on our first official 3D mesh. It's for a reference. It's to be used as reference for a webcomic that I've already written. I've written an entire volume, and we're working on the references for the characters, for the turnarounds, the concept art, and later for the actual scenes. Just need 7 of these, and then we can start doing pages. I'm off work and up early, so I'm excited to get to see. Oh, I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it, Grandma. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. I know you pretty busy at work, huh? You still at that same place? I was just at a seafood restaurant the other day. It was so good. Yeah, I guess it's a rip off of Red Lobster. They call it. Well, I gotta tell you what it's called. But it's something similar, because I don't want to dox myself. Ooh. Normally I wouldn't care, but you never know. We might get some creepy old might show up. I don't want that to happen. Even though it wouldn't really. I don't know. I don't know what they would possibly do to me, but you never, like you said, you never know. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna hang out here and stare. LOL. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Or G Hoodie, whichever you prefer. I don't mind saying Grandma. it's, it's a little, it is a little weird, but it's okay. It feels like an insult. Like you call somebody, hey, oh, thanks, Grandma. So some jerk would say to like a someone who doesn't respect their elders. Yeah, I'm getting so bled worked at works, lol, but it's been decent money, so I can only complain before I go in. Lol, G Goody is totally good too. Yeah, restaurant business is pretty brutal at times. I guess it depends on the restaurant too and the location. I wonder like how bad it is for people who have to work in like tourist spots because then you get like people from everywhere, and it's a mixed bag. I'm sure. I'm just imagining how that would be. Restaurant and a hotel in San Diego during tourist season. It's challenging. Yeah, I could imagine. How's the weather over there? We just had a heat wave not too long ago. I'm on the East Coast. It's the only exercise I get, so well, that's okay too. I'm just basically just spinning around my low poly boots here. I'm trying to figure out what needs to be done and how I'm going to do it because I can't see anything in this state. So I have to, and I think there's a setting to where I could have this part show, but not the back part. But I'm not sure how to do that as I am still a beginner in this. The heat wave is starting up again. Oh no. Yeah, I'll check the forecast for the rest of the week. It doesn't matter. I got my air on. I keep it cool in here, so and I drink plenty of water. As a matter of fact, I have some right here. I had these GMC shake bottles that I would use it to drink water out of. I was about to take a sip, and I looked down, and it was plastic particles at the bottom of it. I was like, no. So I just went and switched to all glass. I'll just drink out of glass from now on. I'm not doing any more plastic stuff. All right. I had those GMC bottles for years. I don't want to ingest plastic and possibly cause myself some health issues down further down the line. So I'm not going to drink out of plastic anymore. It's been hot for the last couple of days, which for San Diego is anything over 80, but we are back to 70s again. Yeah, we're currently in the 70s right now, although it's still the morning. So I think we're going to get up to the 90s later. So I'm getting my air a nice head start to keep it cool in here. I've just been leaving it on. I think we can put another row of squares about right here. We covered this. Let me see. Yeah, okay, we did this side, but we didn't do this side. So we got a little bit of unevenness there. Oh wait, when we did do it, it's just kind of it's just not even. I did it back during the first stages of quarantine, changed out all my plastic for glass and metal. Yeah, I'm just now getting that memo. Wasn't really worried about microplastics until I actually saw I can well, that's not really micro, it's more like macro if you can see them, but still, I had a cup I got for working 1 year at retail. That's a little bit harder of a plastic. I didn't see any particles in that, but I still switched out all the glass anyway. I just remember all the plastic cups that I used anyway. There's only about three in total, but because I would do well, I have my mugs, and then I have two for water that I normally use, and one for a very like if I wanted something sweet, I'll just drink a very small amount of juice and then chase it down with water. I don't know. I guess I got a little bit of a sweet tooth. I haven't completely swore off juice, but it's very, very small, like a one little. swallow, I guess, and that's it. It's done. Probably like less than 8 ounces. Just a little taste. I just need a little taste of the good stuff. That's how I feel, when I do that. But it's mostly water for me, so that's not. Wait, yeah, that's where we went. Okay, we're gonna go back and in front here. Let's see, F, yeah, F, F. Okay. Oh, 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 yeah. There, yeah. I gotta keep remembering to do that. Sometimes I get a little carried away. This song is from. Oh yeah, Grandma's a pretty entertaining variety streamer as well. For anybody out there. This is oh Street Fighter 25th anniversary. My Fight Money Balrogs 3 theme 2012. I don't know who made this, but I think it's Shin Fat Man actually made it. I don't know if that's official. No problem, Grandma. I see that you do a lot for your community, as far as exposure and boosting people's signals. So I'm gonna try at least, at the very least, try to return some of that goodwill that you spread in your community throughout, and within and without. I guess you could say that. You could say it that way. Within and without. It's not a I guess a phrase, I guess you would say, that you hear very often. That's usually something you hear like in a period piece, like a Renaissance, within or without, or uh, since time immemorial. I don't. A lot of people say that. A lot of people in work say that a lot. Like man, why do they always they always say the same phrases? Bridgerton. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've actually never seen Bridgerton. I gotta. What is that again? Bridgerton? Is that something from the UK? I mean, well, it must be, right? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Sounds like a UK thing. I've seen what was it called? It was the guy who played Mormont in I think it was Mormon in Game of Thrones. Jack, I think his name was Jack Taylor. He was like a Irish detective or whatever, something like that. That's the last thing I've seen, unless you count uh the Kingsman. I don't really count that. Well, we actually I could count that because I think Mark Millar is from the UK. He's a comic book writer. It's a period piece drama with several spin-offs on Netflix. Oh, okay. It's on Netflix and it's addicting. I didn't even want to watch it. Is it like royal politics? That's my best guess, just based off of the name. Is there intrigue? Is there political intrigue? Is there murder? What's going on in this? What is the draw of the show? Is it like a romance thing? Is it medieval, or are we talking? I don't know. Like what are we doing? Rich people being rich. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. A little bit of everything. Gotcha. Uh, let's see. I've seen a lot of shows, like especially during the shutdown. I think the closest thing to that I've seen, well, I guess, would be Black. It's starring what's her name? Anna Paquin. Anna Paquin? Paquin? Rogue from X-Men. And she's like in a PR company, and she helps like high profile people basically just cover up their mistakes and like spin it in a PR way that kind of takes the heat off of them. but she's like a wreck herself. Like she does very reckless and risky things and messes up her life while fixing other people's lives, I guess. Matchmaking Emma kind of deal. Okay, maybe I'll check it out. I don't really watch a lot of stuff these days. I've really been like focused on my art, but whenever I get the feeling to watch something, I'm always on the lookout for something. Any kind of recommendation is fine. To be honest, as long as if it's entertaining enough, it won't really matter what it is. Same. I haven't been watching much. All art with a little game. Yeah. I feel the same way. Like the week before. I did get to binge a couple of movies, and that was like my catch up for basically the year. I still want to see. Let's see. I got the Evil Dead movies on my list. I got. I kind of want to see Roadhouse. I just want to see what they did. Like I'm not really holding my breath as far as it's good, but you know it's based off of a already cheesy '80s movie. So I mean I don't expect it to be better or worse. Well, it could be worse. You know, just look at Total Recall. Someone I've seen that was pretty bad, but um, I do want to check that out. I did get to see actually. You know, I did mention the Kingsman. I did see that. I saw Dune Part Two. Uh, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, a Don Cheadle movie set in the 50s or 60s in Detroit. It's like some kind of car conspiracy thing. It's almost like a noir without the uh the the narration, the inner monologue. It's got Benicio del Toro in it. It's got Kieran Culkin. Brendan Fraser's in it too. You never really get you never really get the idea like how massive that guy is. Like I'm talking about height. Um, until you put him next to other people. You know, he doesn't look that tall in the mummy, but he is a giant in that movie. Like you really see like that guy is a that's a big dude. Really didn't really get to see that in mummy. He always seemed like a regular person. I guess maybe everybody's tall in the mummy. I don't know. You see Brandon and Doom Patrol Towers or wherever. Yeah, I keep getting recommended that that show. I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch 2016 again so I can take screenshots to practice composition. Some of my favorite shots are in that movie. Okay, I have to take a look at that. Hey realness. Morning and welcome to the stream. We're continuing our boots and talking about movies. I can't remember the name of that movie, but if you look up Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, Brendan Fraser movie, that's the movie I saw. Some of them I was just letting play, and I didn't get all of the I didn't get all the names to the movies. I'm trying to remember what else I watched. Oh yeah, it was another movie. Mel Gibson was in it, but he wasn't the star. He was like it's about a woman who she was a prostitute. She has a kid. She's like homeless. She was a prostitute, and she gets assaulted by a cop, and then she kills the cop because the cop like wants to like call his buddies over to like this secluded area, and they're just gonna do whatever. So she kills them, and then like they like the rest of the movie like she's on the run from trying to like not get caught, and like Mel Gibson's in it. He's like a side character though. I don't remember the name of that movie either. But yeah, I want to see the Evil Dead's. I want to see Roadhouse, and there was another one. There's like a couple. And I saw Beekeeper. Oh yeah, and Furiosa. Furiosa was pretty good. It's one thing that George Miller he knows how to build his worlds. They're very interesting things. The new Roadhouse is insane in a good way or in a bad way. I was looking on YouTube for something and I saw a short from that movie. I wasn't gonna watch it at first. Like, okay, it's another old movie remake that's probably going to fail. That's been the trend for a while now since, well, I don't know. When I started paying attention to that, it was Total Recall. I actually saw Total Recall in the theater just to go see it with some people, and the fire alarm went off, and it just stayed on the entire movie. They gave us free tickets for that, but I never used them. And now that movie theater is closed, and I still have the tickets somewhere in the best way. Okay, Roadhouse is much worse than those, but in a good way. All right, cool. I'll check it out. Oh, okay. I want to connect. Wait, do I want to connect these? Let me see. No, I don't want to connect them. But what I do want is, hey, little bass guy, welcome to the stream and good morning. Great. We're trying to finish these boots here, and we are nearly close to completely covering them with the the flames that we're doing here. Obex guy does a lot of cool photography projects. It's very well versed in the medium of photography, from what I can tell. I know nothing about photography, so this I can't really explain anything about it. But if you have any interest, I would suggest checking Low Base Guy's stream out. He's really good at that stuff, editing photos and things like that. Pictures of lots of animals and insects and things. It reminds me of something you would see like in National Geographic. I think it's very good photos. Like if you had the cover, the cover of National Geographic, and it's always like some, I don't know, like very close up picture of a creature of some kind, animal. I'm trying to decide how to do these shoestrings. Oh yeah, and well yeah, well I gotta wait for the cool down, but I got at least I gotta do another shout out. Why is there a cooldown? I don't know. Oh wait, what do we got here? What's this? I'm gonna bring that back some. Got a little bank alarm going on. Oh no. I hope everything's all right. You tell Joker to stop robbing those banks. Leave people alone. Hope that's not happening. That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, that's right. I already decided the next course of action, and then I got sidetracked. Here we go. We're gonna take this edge and we're just gonna slide it up over the shoestring like so. And that'll do. I'm not to work like this. This is not optimal, but well, I'm eventually I'm gonna figure out how to do it the way that I want to do it, which is basically just show the area that I haven't covered yet while showing the area I have covered. But if I have it this way, I'm only gonna see what I covered front and back. It's gonna put everything in front. It's not the way to go, but one day I know there's a setting somewhere. I don't. There's something you could do. I have to look through my sacred texts, the material that I've used to learn this, various YouTube videos and tutorials that I downloaded, kept in my and kept on my computer that I've used to learn how to make specifically people. I didn't want to really do the donut project. I know that's a lot of That's the one project that a lot of people do, or that or the monkey face. I saw that a lot. I wanted to go straight into what I wanted to do, and which is people, and it's definitely doable for someone, especially for someone that originally I didn't know anything about 3D art or sculpting. I'm just very happy I was able to grasp it as quickly as I did. Like I had like within, I would say within 4 months, I would say I was able to create a person, no clothes, of course, but this is like my second official attempt at clothing, and it was without any pockets or collars. It's very very rudimentary clothes. This is uh this is what we come up with so far. I am okay with it. It's not textured yet, and we have a little bit of a deformity there, but I don't think that's going to affect anything for what I need it for. Okay, let's see. Oh damn! Just saw the disrespect clip of when he found out he was fired from his game company. Yeah, that's rough. Wow. You know, I mean, the allegations are pretty. Oh wow, yeah, the allegations are pretty. They're pretty dire. I would say it's very. It's not great. Even more came out. How you get fired on your day off? Great. He owns that. Well, he's. I thought Midnight Society. I think that's the name. Is either that or the game he was creating? I don't know. It's some kind of looter shooter that it's vertical. I saw a little bit of it when he was showcasing it. It's you basically drive to this giant skyscraper, right? And you can shoot while you're in your car. The whole way you have like this big car chase, and then you get to the skyscraper, and then you fight up the skyscraper to the top, and you get out. Yeah, and well, I forget the name of his company, but yeah, I thought he was in charge of that. I guess not. Maybe he got investors. I don't know. I mean, for a game like that, even with his uh the money that he makes from streaming, I don't think that would be enough to make a game like that, right? So maybe he has investors, and I guess they made a call. He was in charge. Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess for the sake of the company, he has to step down, but maybe he's still running things. That's usually how it goes, right? Like, doesn't Papa John still technically? He's still the owner of Papa John's. He's just not the CEO anymore. He's suspended on all platforms because the latest happened at a convention. Yeah, he was trying to meet some minor at the convention or something like that. That's the allegations anyway. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Okay, I didn't. I wasn't really. I only looked at it when you told me about it. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, okay. Because I saw that um, he was live on Twitch when I was on Twitch or not Twitch. Sorry, YouTube. When I was looking up for look videos for what's this called? Um, Edit. Looking up for the videos for this add-on right here. I saw that he was on. Now he was voted out. Wow. Welcome back, low base guy. I wonder if he was like, "Can't do this to me. Do not want to sacrifice." He just went full Green Goblin. I need an excuse to do that. I want to tell a board meeting that you can't do this to me. Try to do a Will of the Devoe voice. Hey, Lock 4-7. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. He is high spirits, having a great time. He reads the message, and then the next 220-minute clip is him not saying a word, playing Elder. Oh wow. Yikes. I can't see everybody's playing Elden Ring. I want to play it. I don't have the game yet. I want to play it, but I'm gonna play it blind. So I can't really I can't really watch I don't want to watch Elden Ring because I want to play it too, but I don't have the game yet. Let's see. Um, yeah, so hold up. Alarm went off and the branch manager did not answer his phone. 4 minutes later, I got the email that they were testing the alarm. That is not the order things are supposed to go. Oh, wow. What is going on over there? That's 4 minutes. You could have had all the money. You could have had all the money. You could have separated all the die packs, all that stuff. You could have been in and out the door in 4 minutes, you know? At least that's how they do in the movies, right? You know, they got to do the time. What is it? 90 seconds, right? Go in, go in the vault, get all the money. That's enough time. The alarm could have went off, and you had 4 minutes to let everybody know that something. I don't know. You could have had it all, little base guy. Could have had it all. What are you doing? I made the manager walk outside anyway, because for all I know, somebody was holding a gun to his head, making him send that email. They are normally good about notifying me properly before they test. So that was weird. Yeah, very weird. Wouldn't an alarm notice tested alarm? Wouldn't that happen like not even the day of? Wouldn't that be like people would know that like a week prior or something like that? Looks like Vince had his trial frozen somehow, no date to resume. I think they're saying something about him being insane. Maybe that's it. I mean, what would it wouldn't surprise me, right? So I was like, yeah, go outside and talk to the security guard. Yeah, it's very seems like it would be important to be on the same page when it comes to that. We have a little weird bow tie looking area here. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's try this. Let's delete that, right? And let's go to vertex, stretch that like so, and then we're just gonna move it into a rectangular shape and have it match this area. That should work, I think. My new PC with with just CPU emulates Switch better than my old PC with a GPU. Oh wow. Oh yeah, where did you go with realness for your new PC? And congratulations. Today's gaming and wrestling news are both like here's a bunch of negative. That's every news. That's all news, man. That's not new. That's all people report on. You gotta get those. You gotta get those reactions. Negative emotion is like that's like gold to some people, or to a lot of people actually. Even YouTubers and streamers, even. Nah, normally wrestling and gaming are like, check out this new stuff. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. It's always controversy. Let's see. All right. Oh. You got to go to Edge Select. Click that. Click that. Click that. Click that. Click that. And then click that. And then we click that. And then on top of that, we click that. And we just fill that in. Boom. Done. Look at that. Oh, we got to do the other. The ones I follow. Well, what are the ones you follow? Because I'm gonna follow those too. Oh, okay. Let's see. I got a 7800. Oh, you're AMD, right? And when I stop being broke, I'm getting a 4080 Super. Right now it's just the CPU's iGPU. Oh, okay, yeah, you're okay. So it's not you're just you're getting like piece by piece. I have a 4090. I just air cool it. I put like 9 fans in so it doesn't because apparently it's like a little on the a little hot side. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to worry about that. I got three built-in, no, three, four built-in fans, and I put an additional four fans, and three of them are like facing the GPU, and I got one on the RAM. I got jury rigged it to where it's like keeping the RAM cool because just if I ever wanted to render something and have to wait a long period of time, just make sure everything is nice and cool in there. Oh yeah, I use WrestleLamia. They always report on negative things. I think they started off with botch videos too. I don't know if they still do that though. What culture is good for both wrestling and gaming? Yeah, I think I have. Do I have what culture? Gaming pops up in my feed sometimes. Oh, nice. I'm on a 3070. I was half thinking about upgrading just for the heck of it, but I haven't done anything that makes it sweat yet, except for some like really complicated renders. One of the 4090, my mom works for Asus. She didn't want to help me get a discount. Yeah, well, yeah, you would have to. Really, the only thing you would need is to just pre-order it directly from the seller, because otherwise you're going to be dealing with scalpers, and they're going to scalp you. Oh yeah, they're going to scalp you. Lamia and Botch are both very negative. Yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah, Botchamania. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. uh. Anyways, oh, oh yeah, we done goofed, didn't we? We done goofed. All right, hold on, wait. Because I want to do this circ. I want to circ. Well, I don't know. That's kind of not really. I just want to preserve that for when we bake the details on. I feel that upgrade addiction in my soul. Yeah, I wanted to make something for stronger for 3D stuff. That was part of the reason why I built another PC for that. I haven't done any rendering yet, though, but we're going to get there. I've only really done. I've tested some games on the highest settings. It's nothing that really puts this card through its. I don't even call it a card at this point. It's a box. It's a big box. It's like a pencil box. It's actually bigger than that. It's like a. I don't know. I don't know what to compare it to. But it's definitely a box. I can say that. Maybe a jewelry box jammed into the side of your computer or your motherboard. All right. So what I'm trying to do here, all right, is I want to create planes in a circle around this just to try to guide that. Like when I bake the details onto the low poly, I want to see if that will help bring out that detail. I didn't really do a good job of really defining these things here. And this is I want to look. I guess I must have helped. No, this is that's the shoestring. I'm guessing. And when you remesh, it kind of softens the details a little bit, and I didn't really refine them too much after that. Also, this was the last thing that I did. I think before I was done. I could maybe go back, but I'm not going to really go back. I'm going to try to keep the progression going and try to bring the details out using the low poly stuff. I want it so bad, but I can't justify it. It's not a car; it's a jet engine. Yeah, it was. I was afraid that it would overheat, so I had all the fans run on high, but it makes it really loud and it doesn't really it doesn't really have the effect that I thought it would. So I just put all the fans on normal, and it's really not much of a difference with the temperature. I think the air, you get diminishing returns anyway. The more air cooling, fans that you put in it, just because of I don't know something with the law, the second law of dynamics or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not a freaking. I'm not an expert on that, but basically it's a heat transfer thing that you'll get diminishing returns from all the fans. I tried to find the perfect amount of fans to put in that would actually make a difference. I don't think I have any more areas on my motherboard that could plug in a fan anyway. I think I used all of them. Hey, Judicious, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Got Age of Wonders on my wish list. Um, I'm gonna try. I want to try that game. Kind of. I might just buy it. I don't know. Watch a tutorial with someone with the same case motherboard setup I have. Put a radiator in his computer. There's not a lot of space in there, and I have no idea how he did it except from watching the tutorial. And I'm not confident that I could replicate that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing putting a second card in, but it is right over the it's like a I forget what it's called. It's a bar at the bottom where all the connections go for your case connections. I forget what it's called. And it's definitely going to cover that if I put a second card in, and I'm not sure if I can seat it all the way in. I think in hindsight, well, I'm shooting my. I think my rig is already approaching a workstation, but I should have went with, especially for, the price isn't too far off either. I think they're called. It's a Quadra card. You put that in things like a workstation for really high end 3D stuff. I don't know how far I'm gonna go with as far as 3D is concerned. Right now we just do people, but what if we end up doing like entire scenes or really really big projects, right? I'm open to it. I don't know how far exactly take this, but I think maybe I should have got a card like that. They're really powerful cards. Yeah, my PCIe slots are kind of tight. I want to get one of those Quadro boxes, but I definitely cannot justify that. I'm gonna have to get way better at 3D before I even think about that being worth it. Yeah, that's a commitment. Like I don't even know like how far I'm gonna go into this. Like as far as details and whatnot. I could see myself doing it. I just don't know like if I'll ever get to doing it. Like what if I make a video game or something? Like you don't even have to really go. I don't even think you have to go that far. I think the keeping things at a low polygon count would be better. In the long run for anything really. So we're doing it that way. Or at least I am. I have this. I don't know why I have that. I'm gonna keep that on though. It was all. It was. I think it was always on, but you never know. Okay. Yes. I was determining. All right. We got it. Click on that. I'll just connect it somehow. Oh, can we do that? Can we do it that way? We could. Maybe like okay. You always follow. You see how the arrows are? Just go that way. Don't try to. If the arrows are pointing up and down like this, don't go right and left. You're just gonna embarrass yourself. Just follow the arrows. See, much easier when you go up and down. For some reason, I go the wrong way sometimes. Like, why didn't I just follow the arrows? The arrows tell you which way you can move it, right? Oh, right. The only conclusion I can come to is I just need to get rich like right now so I can buy all the toys I want to play with. Honestly, if I had the money, I would just build a Skynet. Why not? Why not? You know, teach it stuff. Teach you how to make a Terminator. No, no, I wouldn't. I don't want to be Miles Dyson. Okay, but I would make a really like I'd probably make a pretty good workstation. I think like the best one I possibly could make. I think I would do that. Ace is called Starlink. What is called Starlink? Starlink. Yeah, we are starting the laces right now. Judicious. Sorry, I missed that. Starting the laces right now. I'm trying to. I didn't fully define the. Oh, real life Skynet. Okay, gotcha. You know they have a Cyberdyne. They have a Cyberdyne, and they do robotics in Japan. It's actually called Cyberdyne Systems. And the guy was inspired by Terminator. All that stuff already existed. I think yeah, Google they have their own sentient AI too, according to some former employees. It's like a legitimate like self-aware AI, according to the you know guy. I'm okay with Skylink being Skynet if it means I can move to the middle of the woods where there is no one else and still good get internet. Bring on the T1000. Yeah. Are you John Connor? I remember I used to like that game. Like they had this game in the mall, which is now shut down, of course. But there was a they used to have this arcade down at the bottom. They had a Terminator game. It's a Terminator 2 game where you know they had the two light guns. That was like one of my favorite arcade games to play. And then when you go in Cyberdyne, they tell you, okay, you got to destroy everything. Doesn't matter. You did the desk, um, uh, decorations. You got to destroy that. A little hanging dinosaur. To actually put that in the game. You got to shoot that too. You get points for that. You got to bust all the windows, monitors. All of this contributes somehow into making Skynet. You have to destroy things that not just the files, but literally everything. And then at the end, the T1000 he comes out. He's like, "Are you John Connor?" It's actually Robert Patrick's voice. Which is funny because you know John Connor he's actually in the stage and he runs around. You have to like not shoot him. He like puts like equipment on the ground for you to pick up him and his mom. They're just running around. His mom's like, no! If you shoot her, she's like, no! She doesn't drop anything. It's kind of hard because there's like 800 cops that they send in the building and you have to shoot them, of course. But and you know you kind of have to like have better aim so you don't also shoot your friends or whatever. Man, yeah, I still say Chat GPT would be more socially welcome if they gave it made Majel Barrett's voice. I actually don't know who that is. I like Internet Anywhere also. Every arcade in the world has that Terminator game. Yeah, I've seen it in a lot of places in the country. Uh, yeah, all over. You have to blow up the monitors that do not have hard drives. Yeah. Oh, that cup on the desk? Nope, that's gonna help create Skynet. You gotta shoot that. You gotta shoot that too. It's very unforgiving too. If you miss like one thing, it's a very small window. Like I've had the console version too. The console version is a little more forgiving. You can miss some things, but the arcade, you have to literally shoot everything. Wall panels, pillars, all of that somehow creates Skynet, and you have to shoot it. If you miss like just a few things, it's you get the bad ending, which is basically um, what the movies follow anyways. You know, Judgment Day happens regardless. If you count those movies, I don't know. Terminator is kind of a very messy franchise these days. I mean, given all the movies that they've made so far, I kind of did like Salvation a little bit, but they probably should have just stopped at 2. And they're making a 7, so there's that. I remember Christian Bale was John Connor for a second, but they thought PG-13 was a good rating for a Terminator movie. Yeah, they. It's so weird too. It's like, okay, all right, Terminator. Look, you go up, you walk up to everyone else, and you kill them immediately. But when you get to John Connor, you just grab him. You grab him. You don't manipulate his skeleton in any way that would kill him. No, you just throw him away from you. They kind of like they don't they're not they suddenly don't become as fearsome as they're made out to be. Oh my god. My cushions are falling. Give me a second. Yeah, they're dangerous to everyone except for the main characters. And that's it kind of ruins the suspension of disbelief there when it comes to things like that. I always thought that was weird. See, oh right, yeah, Gene Roddenberry's wife. Okay, got you. Yeah, she was on. She played um um uh Deanna Troy's mom, right? That was her. Yeah, that was her. I remember. I remember now. I didn't know her name, but I know who she is. She plays Luxana Troy, um Captain Pike's first officer in a pilot episode. She also played Nurse Chapel. She also counseled Troy's mother. Yeah. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, I just didn't know her name. I really have to get a better cushion for my seat because it slides. It's like it's too small or something, or I got too many cushions on this seat here. But when I sit in it, it's very, very, very comfortable. It allows me to keep my feet on. I can put my feet on the desk, which I know that's how I normally uh, sit on the desk when I'm on stream. Everyone knows plot armor is the only thing that a Terminator can get past. Yeah, it's like, yo, you literally punch through a guy's chest, and you can't do that. You can't do that to the one person that you're supposed to kill. You do that to people that you don't even need to kill. But it's like, okay, I finally got this guy. No, I'm just gonna throw him this way. I'm just gonna throw him around. When she knew she was dying, she made phonetic recordings of her voice, not just words, but sounds, so that Star Trek could go on using her voice as the Enterprise computer after she was gone. Fortunately, however, they stopped using her voice for the computer shortly after she died. Oh, that sucks. Well, if they still have that stuff, it's always a possibility to that they could do that, or at least some way. I mean, they have enough of her voice anyway from just having her own screen to make an AI voice if they wanted. I don't know if anyone would be willing to okay that because that's a whole other thing, but I'm sure they'd be open to it if you put enough money on the table. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Slight slight technical difficulty. Not technical, but I don't know what do you call it, positional difficulty, cushiոնal difficulty. Oh, that's just me shaking the camera. What the heck? Why is it so shaky now? Got the screen rocking. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, they paid James Earl Jones a freaking fortune for Darth Vader's voice. I say, why not? He gets car sick. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't normally have to do that on stream. I guess shifting around enough times will make it make things fall or make things slide out of place. So we're trying to see if we can get these lace holes situated here. Now that we're actually doing it, I know exactly what I need to do next time. And I think I kind of knew that, after you know getting far enough into this project, if this surface needs to be straighter. I still don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. The bottom part, I think maybe we could flatten it. I can see two ways doing it: flatten it and just use a texture for the grip, or just completely like hunker down and just work on each grip of the soles individually and not like do like a blanket uh cursory, you know, rendering of the bottom there. If we wanted to really get into that. That's what I'm saying. Chat GBT should license that. I would give my whole paycheck to have Chat GBT sound like the enterprise computer because that's exactly how I use it anyway. I don't understand why those people don't even, when I look on YouTube and I see that people do a way better job of de-aging and imposing likenesses in already established film just through deep fakes. I'm like, why don't they just do that? Why can't they just have an actress with the same, with similar? All you really need that you can really see that stands out is the bone structure. Like I've seen the first time I seen it, this was like in 2018, 2019. Is they have the scene with Morpheus and Neo that fight. They're doing a little sparring session in the Matrix. You know that famous scene, and but instead of Keanu Reeves, they put Bruce Lee in it, and it looks just like him too. But you can still see the Keanu Reeves' bone structure. It's not the same as Bruce Lee's because Bruce Lee is Asian, so his cheeks are going to be a little more different than Keanu Reeves. But you can still see that underneath, but it still looks like Bruce Lee. So if you get someone with similar bone structures, to say like um, Carrie Fisher, and then just deep fake Carrie Fisher's face on instead of just making it completely CGI, not only would you save money, but it would look better. I don't get why they don't do that. I heard another. Oh, congratulations, Judicious. They wouldn't need to do that for her though because it's just her voice and she's already made the recordings. Yeah, yeah. The fan base is too loud about deep faking Carrie Fisher. Well, I mean, if if you just want a PlayStation 5 Carrie Fisher in your movie, go for it. But I mean, I'm just saying that I think deepfakes look better than actual CGI or re-renders of people. You still need permission, of course, but I think if Joe Schmo can do it with like a fraction of the budget that they would spend in a movie, although well, you get like what, I don't know, I can't even begin to imagine how many people work on those CGI characters, but I'm assuming it's dozens at least. It would be, yeah, you would be subtracting jobs from your thing, but isn't that the point anyway? Isn't that why people are the industry is moving towards computer generated uh content for movies and stuff? That's like part of the reason why they had to strike in the first place, right? But you could still have a guy or two do the deep fakes. That's still done by a person. So I mean, I don't know. Watching a video on the new Unite map and modes and changes for the huge update. Anything good in 99? Star Trek Brave New World. They got Rebecca Romaine to play the first officer. I can't remember who played Nurse Chapel, but she looks pretty close to. Oh yeah, Rebecca Romaine. Yeah, remember her? I think she's the best Mystique, to be honest. I don't have anything against Jennifer Lawrence, but Rebecca Romaine was the best Mystique in my opinion. Yeah, it's a disconnect from movies as media and games as media. People still think that a digital asset isn't the same value of a physical character. It's hard to get past that bias. Yeah, like you could still have an actor play the part. Like you, maybe you wouldn't be able to do the voice perfectly. I mean, I guess that would still be, you know, a computer generated thing. But you could have someone there, and they would look like, you know, if you really wanted to keep the character in, or you wanted to do, say like Luke Skywalker. I don't know how involved in those scenes that he was in, uh, with the TV shows, but that CGI Luke Skywalker will look kind of horrendous, to be honest. It doesn't even look like, if you compare them, they don't even look close. You look like, if you don't see how Luke looked back then, and turn this freaking auto tracking off, please. And sorry, and if you didn't remember how he looked back then, and you just look now, oh yeah, that's young Luke Skywalker. But if you compare the two, they look completely different. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. But why not just have Mark Hamill in there? You know, if he's still able, you know, and willing, and then just deep fake himself. He's right there. You could easily do that. The closest they've come to doing that was like, they did a really good job. This is one thing I'll give Dark Fate, Terminator Dark Fate, is that they did a really good job with putting young John Connor in the movie. For, you know, it looked just like I thought, I didn't do the side comparison, of course, but I thought it was a pretty good job. I'm not even going to even bother comparing it, because there's no point. You know, I don't really care about that movie, but uh, you know, even though he was only in the movie for like 2 seconds, it looked like him. The older Arnold, not he was a little off. Or sorry, the younger Arnold. They had a younger Arnold in there too. Time to see if I broke my Audemars sliver off. It's the same with photos. There are still people who think that a photo is fair use just because they see it online. Yeah, people say that about other people's original art too. Every Pokemon in the game has 9 move options at the moment. It's doubling. There's new ranked maps and 12 mini game modes, including ranked party mode for mini games, Ho-Oh, and characters. And wait, Charcadet. I never heard of Charcadet. I like Ho-Oh though. Ho-Oh is based off of a Binu, which is basically the Egyptian version of a phoenix. And that mythical creature features prominently, or at least the theme of it features prominently in my story. So if you can't already tell that I like Ho-Oh now, you will if you ever get to read my story in the comic book. Well, that's just the thing, but it doesn't really. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. As far as, I don't know much else about the game, but all that sounds. I may have to try that. You know, I think I'm actually open to trying Unite. They're also changing mechanics. Like, you won't be able to overcap anymore, and every player gets flash instead of it being attached to an item, freeing up item slots for other things. Yeah, isn't Flash an H in HM? Did you see how they did Peter Cushing in Rogue One? They recreated him perfectly, and I cannot remember the actor who was there live action and voice him, but he was spot on. Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin did look like Grand Moff Tarkin. I'll give him that too. But Carrie Fisher, not so much. I mean, it looked like her, but it wasn't like, it was off. It was a little off. It's hard to get people right because you run the risk of uncanny valley. That plays a part too. It's just, maybe it's because we're human and we're looking at something resembling a human, and we can instantly tell that it's not human because we're like hard coded to recognize other humans. And we don't do that. It's like, I don't know. It's like like, imagine like a horror movie like The Thing, but uh instead of getting a perfect copy, like you see someone that kind of looks like who you know, but it's not, like there's something off about them, and you would be able to tell. I guess the horror of the thing is that they look just like everyone else, but I think it would be more scary if the copies were a little bit imperfect in some way. You know, I think that would actually be more scary because you like it's like, oh yeah, you know, if you're not paying attention, yeah, maybe they might be able to trick you, but it's like, I don't know, I don't know. That's just an idea that just popped in my head. Anyways, maybe the Uncanny Valley has something to do with it. Disney beefing with Mark Hamill because he said that the last three movies made no sense and didn't make any sense to his character. Well, I mean, he was right. I mean, you know, it didn't make any sense. You know, you would expect he would learn all those lessons already as a Jedi master, but whatever. I mean, I don't know. You know, when after I saw the Last Jedi, I just stopped caring. I stopped caring. I was actually really hyped for that movie. I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Like, you know, looking at the trailer, it seems like they were really putting something kind of cool together. But then it's like, all right, none of that stuff happened. Now I just don't care anymore. I still don't. I'm a super casual. I've always been a super casual when it comes to Star Wars. Anyway, I had a mild interest in it. Some characters I still do like though. Like if they come, like that's why I watched Obi-Wan series because I for all his faults, I actually like the Anakin character. So it was nice seeing him again. And I heard he was in one of the other ones. I might check that out too. But I just don't really care enough to be mad one way or the other. Happy. Oh, basically going to be a new game. So they're Irishman tried deep faking De Niro. I didn't really notice the deep fakes too much until I saw how Joe Pesci looked in real life. I was like, oh man, that guy is super old. I was like, well, he's not going to be playing Harry. He's not going to be in any more Home Alone movies. I can tell you that right now. That man looks that he's very advanced, but he actually looked slightly younger in the movie. So I'm going to assume that they did that. They had years to get Tarkin right, and Carrie was very sudden death that they weren't prepared for. Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Well, we're not a fan of super fun time Ghost Leia in space. You know, at that point, like I said, I after I was watching the Last Jedi, it really didn't matter what they did after that. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to see how it would end, so I watched it. Um, wait, no, that was in the Last Jedi. Never mind. See, I don't even. That's right. She died after the Last Jedi, and then yeah, whatever. Uh, yeah, and I like the reason why I watched the Rise of Skywalker is because the other one of the other characters I like is Palpatine, even though he had no really real reason to be in the movie. But I do like the actor in his performance, so I watched it, even though it made no sense that he's back. It's just like at this point, it's like who cares anymore? Because I don't really. I think those are the main characters I like: Obi Wan, Anakin, and the Emperor. I don't know. I guess Obi Wan for nostalgic purposes. I remember I was really excited for the Phantom Menace when I was a kid. Came out when I was what? Yeah, I was still pretty young when it came out. Uh, I liked blue lightsabers, so I was like, yeah, that guy's pretty cool. And you know, he was the one who he had to do all the scenes, so I was like, oh yeah. And the actor, Ewan McGregor seems pretty good roles, I think. Let's see, what we got here. Rogue One was the first time you ever seen Tarkin full body. Peter Cushing hated the shoes for Tarkin's Imperial uniform. So during all the scenes in Star Wars, he was wearing slippers. Yeah, I did not know that. I've only been loosely listening, but I'm just gonna say Rogue One is the best thing to ever come out of Star Wars, and that's a hill I'll die on. I didn't have a problem with Rogue One. I'm thinking, yeah, there was really nothing that really stood out to me that was like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, it seemed like a pretty. It was nice seeing. It was refreshing seeing something other than anybody who has control of Star Wars. They really go in on the Jedi, right? I think they really need to do like a really good Star Wars story that doesn't have any Jedi in it. Okay, they do this sometimes. Like a lot of people like Andor, right? My only problem with Andor is that I know where it's like I know this guy is gonna end up on the Rogue One planet, right? So it's like I don't know. I have I kind of don't like prequels where I think well I don't know because I did like Furiosa. But Furiosa was still kind of standalone in the way that okay, even though you know where they're going to lead, it's its own story. It's like they weren't shackled too much um, by what's going to happen in the next movie, other than Furiosa, of course, is going to live. You already know that, so there's no stakes there, and you know that everyone else that ends up in Fury Road is also going to live too. So this is there, but the rest of the story is all right. But yeah, I watched The Land Mandalorian and then it jumped the rails. I have been done with Disney Star Wars for a while. Yeah, the last thing I saw was Obi-Wan. Yeah, that was the last thing that I saw. Oh wait, whichever one came, what was it, Andor or Obi-Wan, whichever one came first is the one that was the last one I saw. I didn't finish the Mandalore season, the newest season of the Mandalorian 3, I think it was. I didn't finish that. Got 2 episodes in and I just stopped. I just didn't care anymore. I didn't see any of the other shows that came out after either. I might go back and watch them, but I mean, because I don't have the subscription to Disney Plus anymore. I just use one of my other family members, and I'm log into theirs now. So Rogue was because it was based off of something great and had great actors. It was the original stories that they can't seem to get right. Yeah, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I want, I do want them to do something more original, but yeah, they have been messing those up. They have been messing those up bad. I don't know, man. I don't know. People really, they like the guy, the Dave Filoni guy, but he's not getting everything right. He had 2 seasons of Mandalorian that was pretty good. Well, we'll say one. I don't know about two. Two was okay, I guess. But then they had to basically Deus Ex Machina the nostalgia in, right? I don't think Ian McDermott will ever get tired of playing Palpatine. Yeah, he's really entertaining with it. Just pod racing is the best anything in Star Wars. Yeah, pod racing is Wizzle. So I keep hearing. I'm gonna play that game again. I kind of miss playing that. That is one of my favorite Star Wars themed games to play was the Episode One Pod Racer. I did enjoy playing that. Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, I still had to play that too. And I got that on Switch somewhere in front of me. All I'm saying is it was a big deal, and you're telling me no one watches space NASCAR anymore? Yes, yeah. I guess they only did that on Tatooine, but we've had shows take place on Tatooine, and we haven't seen not one pod race, have we? They can't stay away from Tatooine. Where are the pod racing? Where's the pod races? Where's Saboba? What happened to that guy? He didn't die. He's not. He didn't. You mean to tell me he doesn't want revenge? You mean to tell me that Darth Vader didn't go back to that planet and kill Watto immediately for selling his mom? He just doesn't care anymore. Where's Watto? They actually did do that. They did that in a comic book. I didn't read it, but I heard about it. Darth Vader went back and just choked Watto until he died. Which I mean, I don't understand why they didn't just do that in the first place. That would have solved most of Episode One, like right then and there. Yeah, watching a prequel of any Rogue One character is kind of like watching a biography about Bambi's mom. I did like. I'm a fan of Donnie Yen, but um, that was my favorite character. But he didn't really use him like that. He wasn't he wasn't super prominent. It was like okay, yeah, but it was nice to see that he got a Star Wars role. I just wish they would have like had him do like because he's very good at choreography and he does a lot of choreo. He did the choreography for Blade 2. Um, I think Dragon Tiger Gate if you ever seen that, and he did a lot of the movies that what was it like SPD. Um, I guess my point is that he's really good at choreography. Uh, they should have him do like a lightsaber fight. Hero. He has very good classics under his belt. And, Yeah, that never really went away. I think he's still good at that type of stuff. I'm actually liking the Alkalite so far. My only major complaint is that it's super slow, like most of these Disney Plus original shows. Yeah, that was the thing with Mandalorian, right? They had the whole episode about the doctor, and I kind of just checked out. I'm like, why are they showing this doctor? And I'm pretty sure it was a reason. I just never got to see it. Let's see. See if I can do something here. I don't know if this will work. Uh-oh. Biscuitios. Follow the arrow. Gotta go this way now. It's changing. Can I move this? Oh, wait, no, wait. Gee, yeah, I want to move the line up some. This down some. I'm trying to make this as even as I possibly can. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Okay, I had a roommate a long time ago. He was really into the Star Wars books. He told me about Thrawn. I know he was like it was like a really good book, right? This guy was like the ultimate general. That and I guess either Luke Skywalker or one of his kids had to fight this guy because it's mad different now. You know, they changed all the canon. He told me some guy, Jason Solo. I guess that would be the equivalent of Kylo Ren, but not. It's not Kylo Ren. It's like a whole other guy. And there's some other people, other kids that they had to fight this guy, something like that. He had to what was it called? Something Vong. Yuzon Vong, something like that. Like he had to they had to deal with some kind of big threat that happened. They didn't use any of that in the book though, did they? Or in the shows. But they did bring back Thrawn, so I don't know, maybe they'll bring those back too. I don't know. So slow to episode 4, and after that it ends on episode 6. You think they go too fast? Can have done 8. Oh, episode. Okay, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the movie. Okay, you're talking about basically stretching out one movie's worth of content into a TV show. Filler. Filler is always the reason. George Disney. George has been on record that he doesn't like the Disney changes as well, but after they give you billions, you have sold your vote. Yeah, basically, they did. You should have just it's just me, right? I'm an amateur. I'm a hobbyist at best. But if I was George and I made the prequel trilogy that I always wanted to make and I screwed it up, let's just say for the sake of argument that I screwed it up. I'm not saying that the prequels are screwed up. Some people don't like them, some people do, whatever. But if I screwed it up and I got criticism for years and years, and people make whole YouTube channels criticizing everything wrong with my show, I would just try to do better next time. But that's just me. I'm not going to get disillusioned and sell it to Disney. I created this. I would just take the criticism and try to do better. That's what I would do. But I'm not him, and I don't have billions and billions of dollars and stock in Disney, which basically by now should basically double the amount of money that I got from Disney. I think he got 4 billion. He had stocks, and then a certain amount of stocks, and then that like went up over time. So it's like maybe like double to like or more. Well, you don't have billions in stocks. Yeah, I don't have billions in stocks. Jax, welcome to the stream. Jackson Riley, welcome to the stream. It'd be nice if I did, but I don't. So there's that. But I would try to do better. You still, your fans are, for all their faults, are still loyal to your product. And they have been for decades now. You have people from Generation X all the way till now that are Star Wars fans. That is something. To me, that's something that I wouldn't sell. I wouldn't sell that for anything. How much money could you possibly need, right? Yeah, let's see. I got here. Jason Solo, yeah. And Jano, yeah, that's right, Jano, yeah. He told me about his stuff, but it was like he only told me one time, and it was like he was like the books had just come out, He was telling me about them. I was like, oh, all right, yeah, you talk about them, and I was just, taking the information. He said a lot of stuff about it, but I remember that much. Um, yeah, Uzone Vaughn was a mistake, but Thrawn's history is tied to them. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember those names. The old canon had so many rich stories that Disney either corrupted or and oversimplified and threw out completely. Threw out like not well, not throw out. That will allow for generational wealth. Yeah, I mean he was already there. He's already past that threshold. Thanks so much for following. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. I like doing various amounts of art. Sometime if you like watching playthroughs, I'll probably play some games at some point in the near future, either next week or the week after. But mostly I just do art. I do 3D meshes to use as reference for a webcomic that I've written. It's already written. I've written an entire volume. I'm looking at maybe like 50 issues or chapters if you like manga. And my goal here is just make meshes that I can pose and use as reference to keep the art consistent for my webcomic. That's what I'm doing here. This is the first person that appears by order of appearance in my webcomic. It is a soldier in Vietnam. It's not about Vietnam. That's just the setting, but it's not technically Vietnam either. Actually, the story starts in Cambodia, but that's where he's at. It's about some college students that get a hold of a top secret government project, and they use it to save their terminally ill friend. That's the premise of the story. I do have billions of stocks, but I work this bank job, so I don't lose touch with the common folk. Yeah, there's a point where you just can't be around everyone else if you have that much money. There's too many variables. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good idea to me. But I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there that made it work. Someone out there that can be among everyone else and have boatloads of money like that. Money that you can't spend fast enough. I doubt it, but maybe somebody made it work. Billions of people in the world. Sure, somebody has got it like that, right? I love that Fox had so little faith in Star Wars that in order to get the first movie made, George Lucas had to give them the movie rights in exchange for the merchandising rights. Fox is known for its great business decisions. Yeah, Fox. Well, Disney has Fox now too, don't they? And Marvel by extension. They have them all. The House of Mouse controls all. Where the heck am I here? It's my in front. All right, yeah, we were doing the loops. We got a loop. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try to put the loops like this, and then when we bake the textures on, hopefully, um, maybe we can try to take these and kind of guide those details on to the lower poly mesh. Which, by the way, I forgot. Yeah, this is the low poly mesh. We're working on we're finishing up the low poly, and then we're going to bake the details of the high poly, which is this here. This is what the character actually looks like without his hair, of course, and bake that detail onto the low poly, which is this. You can make it any color you want. That's just the color I chose. Oh, really? You're over Alex's mobs? I do. That has really grown on me, but yeah, it's a lot. It does add a lot. It's okay. I understand. I'm gonna miss that mod, but I get it. I do get it. I really do. Let's see what we got. It's a lie. I found out before the end of the sentence that I suddenly came into billions of dollars. You would spend the rest of your life wondering what the end of the sentence was going to be. Yeah, I would be happy for you. I'd be happy for anyone. If they just suddenly came into that. Like that's great. That's not something that that's something that like 99% of people on this planet are never going to experience. It just I don't know. I don't know what that would entail as far as what good it would do. Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about any kind of financial obstacle whatsoever. So I guess in that sense, it's good, right? Let's see, Disney got Marvel before getting Fox Entertainment. Oh yeah, okay. Like getting Marvel though, the road was laid for them to get Fox. I love Fox News. I love that Fox News is considered a news organization. I'm convinced that they only brought Fox to get the missing pieces of Lucasfilm and Marvel property that they were missing. Until that time, Disney technically didn't own the first Star Wars movie because Fox retained the movie rights to that one. I didn't know that. And then, of course, Marvel didn't own X Men or Spider Man, but now they do. Yeah. Wait, who owned X Men again? That was I don't remember. Actually, don't remember. Is that Sony? No, that wasn't Sony. That was Spider Man. Spider Man owned Sony, right? Fox owned X Men. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because they had the animated series. Yeah. I mean, it's Marvel's own fault. You know, they were going bankrupt. Bankrupt. They should have just all they had to do. They had the blueprint. You know, when their hottest artists broke off from them and made Image comics. Actually, no, they did have the. They did actually follow. They did try to follow what Image was doing with the whole darker and edgier uh, characters. It's just it didn't. They it just didn't work for them for some reason. And if you look at some of the things they did, as far as dark and edgy are concerned, you'll see why. It's just I don't know. It's the ideas they did were the execution of those ideas didn't work out for them. So they were going bankrupt and they had to let a couple of IPs go to Fox in order to stay afloat. Sony still owns Spidey. Yeah, it's like a little joint. They got some joint deal working out. They should have just kept it like that, instead of buying out people. Because I think having competition, I think sometimes that makes your product better. When you have a monopoly like that, you just get stagnant, and I think that's what's going on with Disney right now. And I'm using wrestling as an example. The moment that Vince McMahon bought WCW, he basically um, watered down his own product because he had no competition to to compete with. They're trying very hard to get Spidey back from Sony. What I meant was they were trying to reclaim those little pieces that Marvel sold off to pay their debts. Yeah, for the most part, they're doing a good job sharing with Sony. It's a little weird. The red tape of it around it is a little weird, but um, I think well, Amazing Spider-Man wasn't that bad. They were okay, I guess. They weren't better. A lot of people were they compared it to Sam Raimi's thing, but I thought Andrew Garfield was I don't think he was the problem, or even Emma Stone. Yeah, she did a very good job as Gwen Stacy. I think they killed her too early though. That's all I think. I think that I think they try to do they try to follow the trilogy rules where they have the second movie be the darker thing, but maybe they should have saved that for the third movie because I felt like they ended the franchise. It seemed like more the way Amazing Spider-Man 2 ended seemed like the end of a franchise more than the middle part of the movie to me. I don't know. And maybe that's why they did it. Maybe they were like, okay, we're not doing a third one. We're just going to do a second one and be done with it. What Disney should do is take the legacy timeline, improve upon it, and animate it as a separate Star Wars product. When I don't know much about this, but when they started doing this world between worlds thing, I thought they were going to start doing multiverse stuff like Marvel's doing. But then again, they're also Marvel, so I don't know what I'm talking. I thought they were going to follow their own blueprint with Star Wars that they are doing with Marvel with this whole multiverse thing. if they do that, then anything possible. You know, Darth Vader could just walk up. You know, like, and they're already doing that. I know Anakin is already showing up in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know. You know, they don't have to be. You know, I don't know if that would help with Star Wars, but if they started doing time stuff in or multiverse stuff with Star Wars, I don't know. Is that the way to go? Do you think that? Do you think they should take that route? It seems to be working for Marvel, right? Well, I don't know. You know, I think their products as a whole are kind of getting a little stagnant, but they kind of burned themselves out with all the Avengers stuff, right? The death and reincorporation of Wildstorm comics to DC still hurts 20 years later. Wildstorm, that was yeah, that was when Jim Lee split from Image. He got Wildcats, right? I have some Wildcats. I have Wildcat stuff. I just haven't read it yet. I wasn't super big into Wildcats. I did see the show. They had a cartoon way back when, but I read a few issues. I had known people that were really big into Wildcats. I was more of a Spawn guy, you know, as far as Image is concerned. I didn't see really much too much of Young Blood or I know of them, Wildcats, Savage Dragon. I was a Spawn guy. That was me. That was the one that you know, because I like little macabre stuff, so that kind of caught my attention more than the others. I felt like when I was looking when I read Wildcat or Young Blood, they felt more like X Men than anything. So I just read X Men. I was a pretty big X Men guy too. Legal stuff kind of corrupted the story because Spider Man and Wolverine were actually original members of the Avengers, if I'm not mistaken. Man, Spider Man was everywhere, and so was Wolverine. You know, Spider Man was in the Fantastic Four at one point. Zabuba should be the next Invincible. Yo, what if a portal opened? What if like Thanos came back and a portal opened and it's just Darth Vader walked through, like and he's like standing in front of the Avengers? That'd be that. Dude, I'd be like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Damn it, stop. You're going too far with this. Um, yeah, the CGI de-aged Hayden Christensen, yet he still looks 40 because they don't do it right. I'm telling you, I think deepfakes are the way to go when you de-age somebody. And he, you know, you don't have to do anything because it's still him. He still he of course he has his own bone structure. He doesn't seem like he's doing the plastic surgery thing. So you know, you could just deep fake himself onto him. I don't get why they don't do that. It looked weird in X Men and Last Stand, and it still looks weird. I don't get why, you know, if they don't just, well, I don't know. Can you do practical makeup? They can do it for old, but can you do practical makeup for a younger version of a character? Have I ever seen that before? Has anybody ever done that before? Like you can have, you know, because you know you have like you know the Night Professor where you know Eddie Murphy can make himself look old or whatever, or but can you go the other way with it? I don't know. I can't think of anything. They did a gag like that on Back to the Future where he just pulls off the mask and it's still him. Like Doc is still Doc. Like he doesn't look any different. Though it's like some kind of de aging mask. But they actually ever done that with an effect or practical effects like makeup? Has DC not done anything with Icon? I am not familiar. No, I'm just saying the new stuff has divided the fan base. Just give them what they want, make it a different timeline or whatever. Approve upon some of the mistakes. You have to remember that those books from the legacy timeline were influenced by the movie media, and some of the takes were rough. Yeah, I don't know much about the Star Wars expanded universe. Um, the one that I knew the most of was Shadows of the Empire because they made that into a game that I happened to play. Is that correct there? With Dash Rendar and some of the Jedi Knight stuff with Kyle Katarn. I knew a little bit of that, but oh, okay. Guess that's right. I can't get any closer than that for some reason. Stop selecting things I don't want. How has DC done nothing with Scooby Doo? Yeah, I was all about Stormwatch from Wildstorm and the whole idea of superheroes working for the UN and the military aspect and all that. Yeah, that's like well, I guess it wouldn't be like X-Men. I guess it would be more like X Factor because they were more like a government sanctioned superhero team. So it was more along the lines of that. But X Factor is basically X-Men. I treat all the X books. They're not so different from each other. So just X books. We'll just say X books just for the sake of argument. But yeah, it was more like that. Shadows of the Empire would have made a great book. Wasn't Shadows of the Empire a book? I thought it was. I always assumed Eddie Murphy was the shapeshifter. Shadows of the Empire was a hard game. Yeah, I remember. The stage that I remember that stood out to me the most was the train one. I think that's the one where where Boba Fett just comes out of nowhere and you just have to fight him, and it's like this dramatic boss fight or whatever. It's either that or the Cliffs. I don't know if they're the same uh, game because I have not played that game since it came out. I played it on the Nintendo 64. I'm going to assume that I shut all of the holes. We're gonna know. Wait, oh, actually, we can find out right now. It looks like I got them. I don't know. We'll see. Guess we'll find out. Icon is Milestone Comics version of Superman. Icon, Black Superman with a sidekick with alien tech. It's the same world as Static Shock. Oh, okay. I may have seen Icon then. I didn't really watch Static Shock or read the comics. Dash Rendar was a weird book. I wonder if it only existed to wrap up the story from the game. Yeah, that was I know it took place during Return of the Jedi. That's as much as I remember about it as I possibly can. And Dash Rendar, he was kind of dressed. He kind of had like a similar design like Cable. He had like his like the armor he wore. It reminded me of Cable a lot. Shadows of the Empire had a book that happens between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I think it introduces the Black Sun Syndicate and Prince Caesar, which leads to Mara Jade, which leads to Luke getting married. The first game that I saw Mara Jade in was the fighting game, the Terrace Kasai fighting game. I was like, who are these people? And then I played the game. Like they had the pig dude, they had Luke Skywalker, they had Darth Vader, and they had Mara Jade was also in it. Wait, was it Mara Jade or was it no, it was like a girl with a robot hand. That wasn't Mara Jade. She's not missing a limb, is she? I think maybe Mara Jade was in that game. I'm not sure. I don't even remember anymore. Mara Jade was in one of the games, okay, and I saw it. It may have been one of the Jedi Knight games. I don't know. It's been so long since I played anything other than Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. I got really into those games. Like I like those more than the Star Wars movies. To be honest, they're very well written too. On this, it being a Bioware game from their heydays, I would say, before they were corrupted by EA. Doctor Strange cape. Oh yeah. Let's see. Um, there was a guy who looked just like Spawn. I remember what his name was, and then it was of course Spawn, Doctor Strange. Oh yeah, I think that was just something that McFarlane started. To be honest, I'm pretty sure that was like a McFarlane thing. Oh, was it Icon's artist? Oh, not the tall color. Okay, wait. Okay, remind me what. with a tall flourishes. I assume that you meant like the big uh vampire cape and it just goes way out the collar. Doesn't matter. It's like it basically just covers their head, and then you have like the really thin thing. Are you talking about the you know where it connects, where it kind of loops behind them? Is that what you mean? Okay, that's what. Okay, all right. So that is it then. Yeah, yeah. It's like where the cape connects, and then it kind of like loops over their body. I saw that a lot on Doctor Doom. I've never seen Icon before. Can you see that? This is Icon. I don't know if you can see that. That's Icon. I've never seen this guy before, but that style of cape is what he's talking about. It's extra tall for no reason and too wrinkled. Yeah, it was a yeah. People really do. I always thought about doing a cape study, but I don't really have any characters with capes to be honest. So it wouldn't be any point. You know, I went from capes to coats. Characters have more coats than anything. Like big giant coats, just hide things in the coat. Magneto, Superman, Shazam all had all the Cape guys with huge floors for like 7 years. That was because of Icon. Got you. Imagine being an artist in the industry and making a style just to have everyone else bite it for years and getting no credit for it. Well, that often happens in the comic book industry. It's not unheard of, and doesn't surprise me that's what happened. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, all right, we're gonna. I know I deleted this before, but maybe I can take this. No, I don't know if that's gonna work. It's a little too. How about this? Go click on that. Can I push this away? I mean, people were made entire characters that the movies just took and they didn't get anything for it. Like the guy who made Winter Soldier. You know what Disney offered that guy? They offered him like 2 grand, and it was like just they was like, here, you know we'll give you 2 grand for using your character in this highly successful movie franchise. The guy didn't even take it. Like he got nothing for those movies. Very very unfortunate. I forget who it was that created the Winter Soldier. Like, I never even heard of the guy. I think that when he started doing when did he show up? It was some storyline. Was it Avengers Disassembled? Was that when the Winter Soldier was that a thing? I don't remember. 2K, more like 2K a minute. Yeah, that's what it is. That guy should have at least a couple million for what they did, but nope, nothing. We get nothing. Good day, sir. Yeah, me neither. I know they had Avengers Disassembled. They had I think House of M was there was an Avengers story with House of M, and then got Civil War and all that, and then all the Avengers versus stuff with X Men. I'm thinking. I forget the story though with Winter Soldier. I remember he was a big deal before the movies came out, and I guess that's why they used him in the movie. I'm gonna try it that way. This doesn't seem to be. Well, I mean, you can make it wide. I kind of, yeah. That's what happens when you don't when you don't make it when you don't define the shapes enough, and then you try to make a low poly mesh of those shapes. We'll definitely keep that in mind for next time, though. Let's see about this here. Here, I'm gonna try to make a circle around that. I'm gonna need to get the vertices. Bring this down a little bit. I think the latest thing that I've heard with Adventures was the whole. I guess Captain America was working for Hydra or something like that. I gotta fix my inventory too, man. Still, I made a big dent into it though. I actually got some bags and chests cleared, but I still have a ways to go before I can move on, and just be in my base permanently move in instead of having to go like 200 blocks every time I need something. S. No, we don't want S. We want what? We want R. Yeah, that's what we want, right? Wrong. We don't want R. Yeah, we do. We want R when something's when something's selected. Cap Hydra was about 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm super behind. Okay, I don't read them either. I have been slowly like whenever I feel like reading something that isn't my own story, of course. I have been reading through the entire volume of X Men. I'm still in the 70s, but I did read some Hero for Hire, some Sabretooth miniseries. Those were interesting. I like the way they write Sabretooth. It's always like he always says like ooh wee or something like that. Like he's very excited to kill people. Different server. I'm trying to ungroup. Oh, okay. Group blocks by color and hue. Oh yeah. Uh, could you reorder the blocks in JEI, or you just want to like physically see them? Let's do a little circular thing here. Oh, thanks a lot, 99. Thanks for stopping by as well. Um, I'm going to be ending in a little while here. I guess maybe we'll do this loop. Yeah, if we do it this way, we might have a little bit more work to do as far as the loops are concerned. I got other projects that I need to work on off stream, so I probably won't be able to work on this off stream. But do have tomorrow, so hopefully we can put a nice dent in it tomorrow. We'll see where we're at. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to. Oh, wait, no, you know what I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that longer. That way we can start the shoestring right there. Yeah, we're just gonna keep working like this. How do I not have basalt? Do I have basalt? I think so. Seems to be more rare where I'm at, which I guess would be the ocean. Maybe I do have basalt. I have to check. I have to check my blot tower. I have a tower with like ingredients and collectibles, blocks, and then minerals, like rows and rows, and then farm stuff is in They have their own tower. I want to try to work on that today. If I get time, I'll definitely do it. I'm assuming by the time I'm decide to stream Minecraft, I won't have to organize anything, which is kind of the goal. So I don't know if I'm gonna like if I would want to stream myself just moving back and forth, putting blocks away. 'Cause that's what I have to do right now. Okay, I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna worry too much about the circles being uneven. When I am using this as a reference, I will correct that myself. But when the time comes to when this is the final product, like when doing a mesh is like that's the end of the project. It's not being used for anything. Then we would make this a little better. But I don't think it's we'll try. We'll do that with the next mesh. I'm not going to worry about continuously trying to perfect this one. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Have you already put in the thing with the block tracker mod, or is this like a completely different pack altogether? I think I can do it like this. Maybe like this. Let's try that. Let's try to make this all one thing. Yeah, I guess that's fine. No, I haven't changed anything. I just posted those to get feedback if there was something we wanted. Yeah, I like them both, especially the lantern one. I already have an idea for a lantern one. I was thinking of whatever the effect that the lantern has, you can hide that in something and make that be the thing that looks like it's giving the effect. You know what I'm saying? Like I can make maybe I can make like a fake chaos emerald or something. I don't know. This is something that popped in my head. Okay. Could I do a? I should do a shoestring now, maybe. Well, yeah, I guess I could. Let me. Whoa, whoa. Let's move the whole thing over. That's about the width of the shoestring. Make it a little larger. I don't know if I'll put like if I would have made this more rectangular. I guess I could have. Maybe I can put a plane there. Maybe. Like a row of planes right there, and then just that would help define the shape of the shoestring a little bit better. You can try it. I set up a system on Automod 9 to autocraft blocks and stop when I have 32,000 of them. I want to make a major cable works on Builders Light 3 that does the same. Hey, have you played with Ender.io yet? Anything different with that mod, or they just ported it? I know they brought that back. I was very happy that they did that. Oh, Cobble. A major Cobble works. I dig so much stuff in the ocean that I don't think I'll ever need to make any cobble farms. And I should stop those sand extruders too. I have more sand than I know what to do with now. I guess I could turn some of it to glass, but I'll still have enough. I have at least almost like a million sand now. If not, I'm probably already at a million and then some. I'm not going to be able to put all that in my tower. No way. I might just take those entire drawers and just set them up somewhere and just leave them. Indrail looks like a faithful port, nothing new, but I've just gotten into mechanism, so I haven't touched it yet. Yeah, I know they did add some stuff for mechanism. I that was the first mod that I maxed completely out in Automods 8 for my Def Egg. Mechanism picked up a lot of the slack that was missing when they didn't have Ender IO. So I went heavy into that. Yeah, they definitely added more stuff. Okay, so we have to do a little finagling here. How about this? All right, let me stop that right there. Let's bring this all the way back to about there. That way we can properly connect them. No, not like that. Like this. Yeah, like that. I must have got something else in there. Why is there an extra line there? What? Okay, that's weird. These two aren't connecting. It's only connecting these. How about this? Okay, now that connected. Now can I guess I gotta just make a really small connection there. That doesn't make any sense, but I mean, I guess we can do it. I don't see the point of having such a minor detail like that there. I mean, if I could help it, I wouldn't put that there. But you saw it; it just wouldn't connect the way I wanted it, so I just did it that way. All right, so let's see E and then E. Let's rotate here. Uh-oh. Now there's a problem. Where is this connected? All right, no problem. So this is what we're going to do. Apparently, at some point, we made a mistake. I don't even know where that's connected, but it's a very easy fix. So just whoa, 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 and we'll just delete those. All right, let's go to the other side and see what we did. All right, somehow I selected these down here. Not a big deal. We can easily fix this. So let's go back and complete this real quick. All right, we got that. And then we can go there, fix that. All right. No, no. That's probably why it happened too, just like that right there. See what? I didn't even select that up there. What in the world? Let's go in. Is there something else? Yeah, we forgot something. That's why. We'll get that in a second. All right, let's go back in. Let's go all the way into the boot. All right, hold on. Let's click the face, and I'm gonna delete this mistake as well. That. All right, got to stay vigilant. Although this was all inside, even if we were to just keep going, we wouldn't. That probably would not have. It wouldn't have mattered because those deformities were inside of the shoe anyway. But we make sure things like that don't happen. Oh, yeah, I'm still on faces. That's why I can't stop. Okay, I guess that's good. All right, now we have the proper things connected. I'm gonna go inside the boot once more. Make sure that nothing else is selected besides that, right? That's the only thing we need highlighted right there. It's like we're good. Even though I can't see everything from inside, I think we're good. Okay, I'm just gonna hit F. Boom, we're done. Now we're back. Back to where we need to be. All right. Let's going with it. We can go ahead and complete some of these shoelaces here. I don't know if I'll be able to do a plane right here. Yeah, I think we could. I think we have enough space there, and we can just make that flat. I'm gonna scale this back a little bit in front. Let's see what we got. There. Let's scale. No, not like that. Scale this, and then this. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep it the best width that we can possibly get here. That way we have enough space for this area here and this area here. I think we can make that work. All right, so the shoe, well, not the whole lace, but as soon as we get this circle going here, which we probably won't be able to get to today, unfortunately, but we can at least bring the lace all the way up. Let's try that. Rotate it. All right. Like so. All right. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to turn out when I do the baking and the texturing, but what we learn from this mesh, we will definitely apply to the next mesh. I already have an idea of what to do better. So that's what's important. We're gonna be able to get the knowledge that we need to make the next mesh better. My goal is to get to a point where we can just breeze through these no problem. We won't have to learn or figure out anything. We already know what to do. I feel like I'm almost there with sculpting itself. This is my first footwear. This is what we came up with. It didn't turn out so bad for the first time. The next time it'll be better. I have 3 more characters that are dressed similarly, so we'll at least get boots and a uniform matching this down, for the future. Get it down nice and easy. And we can probably transfer some of this stuff to other articles of clothing too, so that's good too. I am I'm not going to start the circle, but what I will do, well, actually we are starting a circle. That is the circle. That's basically a circle. All right, let's delete that face. You know what? Since we already did that, since we already basically just started, let's go ahead and just do the circle here. Or something like a circle anyway. It's gonna be closer to an octagon if we keep doing it that way. We'll adjust it. We're not gonna leave it like that. Yeah. We still have some minor adjustments before we move on after when we do complete everything, but these will be very easy things to do. It's just making the squares a little more even and straight all around. We're gonna stretch that a little bit. We're just gonna keep rotating it. Keep going around. Um, yeah, they're slightly uneven, but it's okay. Oh yeah, we have to stretch the shoestring over the hole as well. I will not do that today. Boom, and then we could just connect it like so. You know what? I'm not gonna do it like that just yet. I want to bring it in a little bit closer. I don't want the polygons to stretch like they were going to if I would have done it that way. It's a nice catch. I didn't even notice they weren't in the hole. Yeah, I'm trying not to miss anything here. But yeah, I gotta stretch them over into the hole because that would make more sense. That's kind of on me because I didn't fully define that shape. The shoestrings are supposed to go into the hole. I did that. I did do it at first, but when I remeshed them, sometimes it kind of softens those finer details, and you have to keep sharpening them. And I just didn't do that for a couple of remeshes, and this is the result of that. It's not so bad. Like I said, it's good for the purpose that we need this for, which is basically to use as a reference. But if this were to be used in a project as is, we would definitely need to do a better job, I think. Although I think we could just do a texture, like a texture of a boot, and do it that way. That's also an option. So there's like more than one way to skin this cat. More than one way to lace these boots. I don't know, whichever phrase or idiom or whatever you want to use. I don't want to skin any cats. Okay, I don't want to do that. They've done. They don't. Nothing needs to be skinned. But we can do something like that. Put them in, and then we'll have. I think we could kind of make like a Q shape, and then just have it attach on the inside like that. I think that's one way we could do it. So we'll just leave them unconnected for now, and then we'll do it that way. We still have to do this circle too. Yeah, I'll do that next time. Let's go ahead and save it. All right, this is what we got so far. Still have a little ways to go. We're going up the laces now. We got one lace, barely, barely one lace going. Technically two, I guess. One, two, three, two, but technically three. Tomorrow we're going to make more progress up the boots here. And once we're done with that, we're going to put this project in the background while I figure out how I'm going to bake and unwrap the UVs in Blender. I only know how to do that in ZBrush, so I gotta figure that out. But we'll switch to the other mesh that we have on the side and work on that. Basically, I want to keep just doing meshes so that until we get nice and proficient at them, and we won't have to worry about anything. We can at least get this part of it done. I want to thank everybody who stopped by today. I really appreciate it. And all of you who watched the VOD and on YouTube, I appreciate you as well. I will be back tomorrow if plans allow. From nothing comes up, we'll be trying to continue this and hopefully finish it tomorrow. So that way we can have something nice and well, I wouldn't say fresh, but we'll be able to continue a different project next week. Okay. So if you stop by, I will see you then. Okay. Till then, take care. Have a great day and stay safe out there in the heat.